Alright guys, welcome back to Dark Guys TCG channel. I'm here with another deck, though it's the same deck I went over with last week. However, this time I can safely say that it is first place. I came first place at my locals on Sunday. The deck was flowing so smoothly. There's not too many changes that I'd want to make. Maybe to the side deck, but aside from that, the main deck was just going off pretty nicely. There was barely ever any dead hands. There was barely ever a time where I felt like I couldn't play. Like, I always felt like I could do something with this deck. The deck, of course, is going to be the Chimera deck with a tiny splash of branded. So it's not branded Chimera. It's literally just Chimera. But obviously, the branded stuff is way too good not to play. So we'll go ahead and get right into the deck. We're going to go ahead with the Chimera stuff first. We got the 3 Sword Knights, the 3 Coatls, because this gets you the core of the deck. Mirror Sword Knight is a quick effect Lone Fire Blossom for Gazelle or Baphomet. You're always getting bring up Baphomet no matter what, unless it's late game and for some reason it's still going on. But you bring out Gazelle with them too. Coatl, you discard it to add one of them, which is usually always a Sword Knight. You want to open one of these 6 cards no matter what. If you don't, there's obviously other ways you can play the deck, but these 6 cards right here, it'll definitely get you, like, we'll get the deck going. Next up, we're going to do the fusion materials, the 3 Gazelle and the 2 Baphomet. Gazelle is another normal summon if you need to. Normal summon to add a level 5 Fiend or Chimera Fusion. Baphomet is a, what is normal special, add a Chimera Fusion and or a level 4 Beast. That comes up a lot, obviously, because when you're going to be summoning off of Sword Knight, you're going to be getting him and the Gazelle and the Chimera Fusion to obviously go into Chimera that turn and then set up another one on your opponent's turn. But yeah, the heart and soul of the deck, I'm still so happy they did a retrade on these monsters. I love the Chimera stuff. I've always loved this stuff since back in the day when I first got into the game, when I was younger, when I first saw it in the anime. Still super happy that these cards are actually good too. It's crazy. Next up, I got the Edge Imp stuff. I have my deck sorted in spells and monsters, and you'll see the Fright First stuff in a little bit. But yeah, Edge Imp Chain. It's a fiend. You use it as material for a Chimera. Also, it's a patchwork target, so you grab it and a poly. I can also search patchwork when you use them for fusion. So super good. So let's keep sending out the deck. The 1 Albaz, again, there's a tiny splash of branded, so I play the Albaz. I've never actually had a normal summon him to use his effect or anything. I have had to set him and super poly him away though, which came in clutch. So there's that. Oh, gotta play the 1 of Albaz, of course, for the branded stuff. My hand traps. I have Drolls, because it's so good this format. I've got Ash Blossoms, just always utility. Ash will pretty much always be good. And I play the 1 Gamma. So the Gamma I actually pulled off twice against Ash Blossom trying to hit my branded fusion. And it just went off from there. It was so good. A 1 of Gamma definitely does help out. The hand traps could probably change depending on local scenes and like tournament play, but I like that lineup myself. It hasn't gone wrong. I haven't seen my hand and be like, oh, I wish this was this. So it worked out pretty well. Next we got the spells, and all the fusion spells. We got the 3 Chimera Fusion. Obviously we're playing Chimera, the fusion deck, so we gotta have the 3 Chimera Fusions. You can only add it to your hand from grave when you control Chimera or it's in your grave. So remember that. You can't just discard it with like Super Poly and add it back to your hand for no reason. You gotta have Chimera existing somewhere in play or the grave. It's a quick play for the main phase only, so you can play on your opponent's main phase, which is what you typically do. You do your Chimera play, then on your opponent's turn, you do it again on their turn, or you do a Guardian Chimera. Quick play Guardian Chimera is broken. I'll just say that right now. The 3 branded fusion next, because it's too good not to play in this deck. There's no downfall to it. You bring out Rinbrum with branded fusion like 99% of the time. You could do Mirror Jade play, but you you always want to go on the Rin Brum so you can get a Gazelle search. So you sent Albaz Gazelle. It's a very good card, obviously, very good card. Main deck triple super polys. Card's nuts. It's still at 3 for God knows why. I don't know why this card's at 3. I don't know why this card is not banned. But this card can definitely be a game ender. It's a hell of a board breaker. It definitely gets you there. It's, as long as your opponents are playing the monsters to use with it, always good. You can even use it for your own stuff if you have to. Like, if it's your only fusion spell, you can use your Super Poly to get into your plays. I've never had to do it myself, but it's an option. The Frightfurs, Patchworks. We saw the End Jump already, so I gotta play the Patchworks. We do a 3-2-2 line because you want to be able to search them, but you don't really want 3 of the Edge Gems. It takes up space. You don't really need that. The 2 Edge Gems have been just fine. I've never had a point in time where I was like, oh, I really wish I had that 3rd Edge Gem chain. And then, worst case scenario, that last Frightfur Patchwork is discard fodder for Super Poly or something. It works. I also play triple Book of Moon. This card is absolutely insane right now. I can't even like fathom why. Like, it's so simple, and I love that it's like such a classic card, but it's so devastating. Like, so opponent goes for an Exceeds play, you just book their monster, and it's like, what now? And against Cash too, Book is really good. It gets them into a point where it's like they have to think if they want to use their Lance or not to like protect their Fenrir or their Unicorn, and then try and go off. Book backed by hand traps, super amazing. The last couple of fusion spells, the 2 polys, you gotta play those for the Patchwork stuff, but you also play it just as a fusion spell. Also, it makes your Guardian Chimera kind of a boss monster, so not bad. It's come up quite a few times. And the last spell card is going to be the Called by the Grave. I don't like my stuff getting stopped. I don't like Ash Blossom on my stuff. If there's ways I can put in my deck that stop that, I will do it. And Called by and Gamma are definitely the ways. So I haven't had a chance to use the Called by yet, but the Gamma definitely did come in clutch. I'm going to get to the extra deck now. Mine's technically like a classic fusion deck, so we got triple of the Chimera. There's been so many times I was on 2, but there's been times where I would use both of them, and I'd look at my hand and I'm like, man, I could fusion summon another one, but I don't play 3. So I got the 3 in there now, and no regrets. It's so nice having all 3 of them. Like, it's good. There's no reason not to play 3 of them, in my opinion. Next up is the 2 Guardian Chimeras. I almost want to put it at 3 for this too, but I've never gone that far into a game where I've brought out, like, where I need to bring out all 3. I either go into just 1, or I bring out the 2, and that's it. Like, that's all. Also, if the camera shifts a little, because I just bashed my leg up against my desk, I'm sorry. Yeah, 2 Guardian Chimeras. So amazing. And the next for the Chimera card, just one of the boss monster, I guess. It's your kill shot. I actually bring this out a lot for kill shots. It's kind of what I like going into. As he doesn't kill anything in battle, he also makes their attack 0 and the effects are negated. And he attacks a number of times as the materials you used. So you can swing for game with just this card alone. Next are my Super Poly targets. I play 4 of them. I got Garura, I've got Dragos Tapelia, which you can just bring this out normally in your deck too. I got Mud Dragon, and I've got Starving Venom. I like this a lot more right now because Unchained has been getting more and more popular. Like, I don't do it just because like the Regeki effect, obviously that's bad against Unchained, but just getting 2 of their dudes off the board, like the Yama and the I forget the Dark one's name, the something. Yeah, I forget his name, but they're both darks. And all the like Abominable Souls, the big ones, are all darks too. So It's good. I find it really good right now. All of these definitely serve a purpose. I've gotten into them all at least once. Another little card, Magnum the Reliever. I brought this out a few times. It's not bad. It's kind of one of those plays where it's like my opponent forced me into bringing them out. Like they're trying to like Cyclone or Heart Duster my my Chimera Fusion away. So obviously I don't want to go into Guardian Chimera. I'll go into this. It's alright. It's not too bad. It's just, it's there. And now for my branded engine, I've got the Rinbrum, the main card you're always going to go into. I got the Lubellion, the Albion, and the Mirror Jade. So obviously those three go hand in hand. But this is what you're usually using branded fusion for. Those three are just like, you can if you want. But Rinbrum's definitely the one you're going to want to go into the most. Next, I will go into my side deck. I don't know if I'm going to change it at all just yet. Everything in here, I actually ended up siding in, and whatever I saw during those games made an impact. So I got the 3 Radian, the interdimensional kaiju. It's a fiend, so it's also fusion material, and it's a kaiju. So it's a multi-purpose. 3 Book of Eclipse, because Xyz decks looking at you, Cash and Pearly, but that's what those are there for. Cyclones for floodgates mostly. I actually ended up cycloning away a macro and I think a D-fissure because I couldn't play with those up. Helped out a lot. Evenlies. If I have to go second, that's really what that is. If I won game 1 and I have to go second, I'll throw Evenlies in, especially against a deck that puts up a lot of stuff for their first turn. And then D-Barrier. This card definitely needs to be banned. It legit just ends games or just shuts turns off entirely, and that's why you have to play it for stuff like that. But I hope you guys enjoyed the deck. I certainly do. The deck is so fun. I'm not gonna play a different deck for a very long time. As soon as I built this deck and finished it, I've loved it so much. Like, this deck makes me happy. I'm so glad Chimera is actually in the meta and that it's like a dominant force too. Like, if Cash / Pearly get hit on the list, there's nothing stopping Chimera from just like running with the tier 1 slot. Let me guys know what you think. I hope you all enjoy the video. My name is Dark Gaia. If you want to like, comment, or subscribe, that's awesome. Obviously, you don't have to. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Y'all have a good one. Peace.